episode 31 of this Let's Play on Elmcreek. A couple of things. Obviously we put the horses in last time. I went and trained them up. We did one on camera, didn't we? The others I did off camera, so we'll need to do them again. I might do the same. I might do one. So it turns out, under conditions, these paddocks, or pastures they're called on here, sorry, don't require straw. So, I mean, we've got all them bales. We'll just keep them. There's no point in not having them at the minute. We're not going to make a load of money from them, so we'll keep them just in case we upgrade to bigger ones or different animals. Also, I don't think, just given what the prices they're at now, I mean, obviously they're going up. We're not going to make the money that you'd be able to on FS19, are you? They're not going to go up to that. So we'll do these 4, and then we'll reassess, see where we're at. The other thing I've just looked at before I switched the camera on, that now is down to 9,000, which to me now seems a bargain. It was at 14,000 last time. It's had another, well, more than 5 grand knocked off. So I am going to buy it. For that amount of money, it seems like an absolute steal. Which means this one here we can return. I'll empty it first. Oh, I've just seen what else I did off camera before I moved on the days. Right, so we'll empty that. We will go to that and return. Right, so now we have our own spreader. I went and for $1,400 bought one of these, a hay bale for, I think it was 8,000 litres. Just so we could put in with the horses so they could have both types of food required. I'm going to get this going just while I think about it. I think there was a little bit up here from what I remember that I'd missed here. There's we'll set this away because today we have the grapes to do. They're ready, which means we can get them over to the factory and we can just get that whole production started again. So that is what we're going to do. We also need to decide where we're going to extend these vines, because we need to do that. I mean, we haven't got the money to do that at the minute, like. So last time we got 3,000, didn't we? Which I think ended up being just off its capacity. So we're just over 400 now. Have we got 12 rows? I think I'll put that out just for the noise. I think everything was done as much as possible. It had been mulched, it had been ploughed, it had been fully fertilised. So I'm expecting the same sort of numbers again. I wonder what it's like in cab to try. I know I tried it last time, but because you can't actually see anything, can you? There must be some sort of marker we can figure out. So, easiest way I found is from there. I never did any of the Grape production on FS19. I never played on any of the maps. I think at the time when they started coming out, I was busy with sort of the series that we were doing. So, did they have this machine on 19, or was something similar, or was it harvested in different ways? I don't know. What I do know is we need to figure out a way to get more of these. If we've spent that much money on buying the whatever the grape plant is called, that production plant, and also the cereal factory, that we need to keep that going. That needs to be going all the time for us to get maximum efficiency out of it. And I've noticed from playing on ep31, just doing bread, if you can keep the grain going in, the grain mill making the flour, and then the flour getting sent to the bakery, it helps massively, because the amount of money you can make off it at the minute on ep31, I can't even remember what episode I'm up to. I think I've just recorded around about episode 15 or 16. I'm just stocking up bread, waiting for a high price. But when we do get that price, we're going to make an absolute fortune. And now I'm not really doing anything with it. It's I've still got an absolute ton of flour built up. It's just good money coming in all the time. And that's what we need to get with this. But it's been so much harder. At the minute, I can't see how we're going to progress quickly enough without increasing the loan. Because I think we're a field away from being able to do that. One field. If we had another decent sized field, I'd be able to get everything we needed to get. But we're just missing that. The other thing that's not helping as well, obviously we've got the horses to feed now, but not having that, there we are, just under 3,000 again, yeah. Not having the contract system working as it should, with the oats, wheat, barley for sort of other ones, that's massively hamstringing us as well. Right, let me go around. Get the other tractor, because we can't use that excess. Like anyone who's done pigs on 19 will know, easiest way to do pigs, and you can make an absolute fortune from it as well. And I did, particularly on those two maps, Sandy Bay and Greenwich Valley. Made an absolute fortune on pigs, and I wasn't feeding them myself. I was just using the excess from contracts that we were doing. So other than the graph jet to put in to do the contracts, any leftover was ours, and that's what we were using to feed them. So it was just free food basically. More than free food, we were getting paid to do it. Which would be ideal on this map for the horses. If we could, if the contract situation was sorted out, which at the earliest, given the statement that Giants put out a few days back, the earliest is going to be the end of December, isn't it? By the sounds of it. Which, I mean, is a shame. I'm not sort of, I definitely don't go down the line what you see on some social media where the game's bust and people aren't going to play the game until certain things are fixed. I absolutely adore this game. I think it's fantastic. And although they're frustrating, I can certainly look past these sort of what I hope is going to be temporary issues. Down this one? No, not down that one. I haven't got the mini map on. Yeah, so things like that aren't going to stop us playing the game. It just hamstrings us a bit, that's all. It's slowing the progression down. I mean, even just in the fact that we can't afford to repair our tractors, which is crazy. I just want to make sure that, yep, they're on raisins. Right, so just under 3,000's worth. And it's getting sent as well, distributing. I just know that won't last very long, that's all. But we'll get back to farm and see what's next. Right, so with them grapes going, the other thing that we're quite low on is the honey. So if I quickly whiz a couple down. Have we got a couple in here? And then there's one, yeah, there's... I don't know how many I can get in that truck without it being really unsteady. Should be able to get 3 in, shouldn't I? Sit over the axle. I thought there was enough space to get that in there. Maybe not. Right, well it's not pretty, but it's trapped. That's another thing as well. I think I mentioned it on a couple of episodes ago. That cereal factory is using the honey a lot quicker than what I anticipated. So it might be that we need another hive as well. Right, let's get going. Not too quickly though. Although I'm hoping if we don't sell any honey, we'll have enough. Because I know at least once I remember, it was quite a lot of episodes ago though, that we sold a big chunk of honey, didn't we? And didn't get overly much for it. So, with any luck, if we just keep everything we have now, that will be enough. The other thing I want to get done today is if we can go and pick our fertiliser up, our spreader. Them fields that's just been turned over, I want to get them fertilised, get the first application on. Okie doke. So, raisins are starting to come in, honey's there, plenty of corn, we've got tons of corn as well. Have we got another 40,000? Yeah, 41,000. We're going to need oats, aren't we? Although the horses do take sorghum as well, I see. And we've got a massive sorghum field coming, so we might have to start giving them that instead. However, we need the oats for the cereal factory, regardless. Pure corn. Every episode. Right, we will come pick the spreader up. 2 seconds. So we've been over and picked our spreader up. We've got just over 1100 litres of fertiliser left. Can't really be affording to buy anymore until we make a decision on... Oh my god, that's so big. Yeah, make a decision on how we're gonna progress. Are we gonna increase the lawn? Which I honestly can't see any other way. Because I mean, even we need a weeder. We hired a weeder, didn't we? Obviously, that was sent back prior to doing this field. That's another thing with hiring as well. Like, if it was me on, there wouldn't have been an issue. But now we're gonna have to hire again to do the weeds again. It's just... it's a vicious circle, isn't it? Right, we'll get this parked up. And I'll be 2 seconds. Right, I thought on this series we'd, like I've just mentioned, we'd hired a sprayer, total mind blank, a sprayer to do the weeds. However, I've just been over the large field and it's still full of weeds, so we obviously haven't, which is good because it means I'm not spending twice. So everything I've just spoke about for the last sort of 2 minutes beforehand is absolute rubbish and disregarded all. So this sprayer has cost us 2,900. We had to pay something like 2,400 for the herbicide. So we're down to less than 5 grand now. However, it needs doing, so. We have row crop tyres on both. It's 27 metres as well, the length of this. Right, why is that doing that? I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like funny at the back. I want this one more because we're using the cheaper setup on Ubella, aren't we? The one where you get the front tank and it's not a trailed one, it just has the 3-point link to go on the back of a tractor. So I thought we'd use this one on here. I don't know what the difference is like between... I didn't actually look to see if this one's any bigger, but it doesn't look bigger. I could have got this up to something like 32 metres, I think it was, but it was 10 grand more. Obviously only, I mean, it'll have been $500 more, wouldn't it, for leasing, but for something we didn't need in the situation that we're in. Yeah, I don't like the way this is all jigging around at the back. what we'll do, we'll get this one done. We'll get the 2 small fields done. In fact, I might only do 1 small field, because one of them is going to be vines. And then we'll make a decision on if we're going to buy another field, increase the loan and buy another field in the next episode, I think. Nothing like putting it off, eh? Knew that was going to catch on there. I think it's strange. I'm sure this is the first time since we've played on Elmcreek that we've had to worry about weeds. And we've had, I think, at least 3 crops, including the one that when we bought the field that was in it, which was corn. I don't think we've ever had to weed it before, which is strange. I really wanted that one in front of us as well, that field for sunflowers, because that's a guaranteed money maker on that one, isn't it? It's not one of the crops that's busted. Can I reduce this, do we think? I do like that feature in this game as well. Being able to reduce the width that you're spreading. I've noticed more on Ubeleron, but on this one as well, just the amount of money that you save in fertiliser. Or herbicide. Whichever one fits. It's a bit over here I missed, wasn't it? There we are. Right, is that one done? I kind of want to do the top field for vines. However, it'd be very tight at the top, wouldn't it? Let's see. Production, orchards, grapevine. Right, so if this is just test one, this I won't be doing it. But it will go to there. I mean, That's the size that we need, isn't it? Right, we'll sack that off for now. We'll go and get one of our horses trained, and then that'll be it. We will go for Yegor. And we'll crash into a tree. I had a look at the contracts while we were. In fact, we'll look now. There's nothing really there. I mean, that potato one I know doesn't work. There's some of them that are wheat, pointless. There's a soybean one. That soybean one is pretty much the only one that would be able to do. Cultivating contracts we know aren't worth it. And the only sown one was like a decent sown one was a soybean, and it doesn't give you equipment to do it, so. So once Diego is back in, I think we'll call that episode. I mean, there's a couple of small contracts for cotton, but I mean, they're tiny. We won't make it, because we have to borrow the equipment as well, we'll make nothing out of them. Clever horse. Right, where are we at? For you. Right. So that's him sorted. We'll do the rest of them off camera. So today we have got our grapevines harvested. We're just waiting for them to wither now, so we can start the process again. We've got our big field sprayed with herbicide. We've turned over that top field, and we've got the cereal production back underway with more raisins and more honey. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.